Hello, this is Vicki LaRoe. This is some of the sterling silver that is part of the current estate sale collection that we are handling. And the other day I put live on the website some of the gemstone strands, some of the freshwater pearl strands, some of the Swarovski crystals. But the sterling, I didn't get a chance to get it all up. I chose to clean it up. I wasn't gonna, but I decided to polish some of it and put it into nice little groups here. And I weighed it out just so we have the gram weight. And it will be going live on our website tonight. But I wanted, like I said, to make a little video to show some details. I can't show all of it. It would run forever. But I can point out a few details here and there. The thing about sterling as a commodity is it's actually something we see the value of. We can watch it on the stock market, right? It's precious metals have a very clear monetary value. If we want to take all this and go melt it somewhere, we would get one price based on the stock market and what that factory is willing to pay you. Now, that's not the only thing when it comes to valuing sterling silver as far as jewelry and findings go. Craftsmanship plays a big part in it. Purity of the silver, the country where it was made, because labor costs differently in different countries. And so there's a lot of different factors that go into it. The other thing that's really important about these estate sales is that the majority of this type of work is just not produced anymore in pure sterling because it's too labor intensive and too costly because of the price of sterling these days. This collection is primarily purchased at my store, the Bead Factory, between 2000 and 2010 roughly. So this collection is a minimum of 15 years old up to 25 years old. That's a large period of time. So sterling prices have increased in 25 years, have increased 515% looking at Google today. That's a lot. And so if you invest in precious metals, lucky you. So that's what's so special. One thing that's so special about this work is that you won't typically find it today in new findings. Factories may use a derivative of sterling or sterling filled or pewter or other kinds of metals that look it, but never this heavy sterling with a lot of this hand work. So the sterling that we're looking at can be made all over the world. Some is made in Mexico, some in India, some is Bali in Indonesia, Thailand, in Italy, some in the U.S. Right? It's made all over the world, and that is where a lot of the differences in the sterling can come into play, but also a lot of the craftsmanship as well. A lot of it out of India is that heavy, beautiful reticulated work. Out of Italy, we have a lot of that repose, or hammered and etched work. There's electroforming. There's all kinds of different, craftsmanships or modalities, I guess, into creating different pieces. So I've sorted them into cones and clasps and beads and components, and sometimes in little groups, sometimes individually. And as far as I have mentioned before, I don't like quoting prices in these videos because some things just change. But some of it I can, just to make an example. So let's get a little closer to the camera on some of these things. Let's look at some of these gorgeous clasps. Right, so this heavy box clasp with all that beautiful reticulation, safety on it, it's a sign of higher quality with that safety. If you're not familiar with my store, the Bead Factory, I've really prided myself on only carrying high quality materials because you can buy cheap stuff everywhere. But this is some beautiful work. And so even adding that on is a big deal. It's beautiful. Works 5 loop. When we sold this type of heavy, fancier clasp, it was probably anywhere between $24, $29 at the time, right? In the mid-2000s, because it's a very heavy piece of silver. So today, at 500 times more its markup, or even 5 times its markup, you're talking about a $150 clasp. And so that's not what we do in our estate sales. I generally will increase the price to reflect some of the inflation, especially when it comes to sterling, but then we put the items on sale. So, for example, this clasp in this sale is priced at $64. It's then on sale for $32. So you're paying basically what it cost 20 years ago for this gorgeous piece of work that you cannot find today. And so anyway, there are lots of lovely, this beautiful heart is a hook and eye, these slider clasps, but this one has a gorgeous detailing on it. Look at that work. That's out of Indonesia. Look how beautiful, right? That's just really, really gorgeous. Even this little, technically called a box clasp, even though it's round, it's because it has that little tongue on it. And not just the tongue, but it's a safety, right? There's a safety on it. I'm trying to get it so you can see it. So you'd have to unhook it. All those features are a sign of quality. There's another little box clasp, right? The solid sterling with the safety on it. This little box clasp with the Tibetan turquoise. Now this sold already to someone, but I just wanted to point out again the safety that's on it, the single large stone, the beautiful heavy back, the heavy tongue. The tongue goes the entire length of the piece. That adds to the safety and adds to the quality. You know, I wasn't the only store in the world to sell sterling, gemstone clasps, but I did make sure I only bought the best ones. This jade pendant also sold already, but she's really, really beautiful. Not just a beautiful stone. It's open in the back so that the light can get through, but the bail has movement, right? That moving mechanism is just a sign of higher craftsmanship, higher quality. Okay, gorgeous cones. This cone is a beautiful kind of bamboo pattern. That's Italian. These heavy reticulated pieces are from India. And on the listing, it'll show the size of the opening there, whether it's 10 or 8 or whatever, so that you have an idea. There's also a picture with the measurement on there as well. I'm going to scoot some of this out of the way so I can reach. A lovely little sets of smaller components. These big, big, beautiful flowers. These are so gorgeous. So these high, bright silver, high polished pieces, these are Italian. This repose work, Italian. So even though these are not heavy, right, they're very light. So that's why we don't price just by gram weight, because there's much more craftsmanship in this, piece than there would be in, say, just a plain round silver bead that could be a lot heavier. These are Italian. It's a little twisted, that smaller component. These are gorgeous. This is Indian, but it's so beautiful, but very, very heavy, right? I think this, that pair is, gosh, I forget now how many grams it is, but it's heavy. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I forget, like 6 grams. It's a pretty heavy piece, but so stunning. And on some of these, I have multiples. Many things, this is all of it, but like I have more pairs of this. I just put these in pairs, so people wouldn't have to purchase all 6 of something or what have you. I love these little double caps. Are very, very pretty. Right, so you put this between like an 8mm pearl. I grabbed a little piece of wire. Right, but you string it between the beads and look, it's just so beautiful, especially with the scallop pieces. That's just a beautiful, kind of different way to do the spacer. I have a beautiful selection of kind of larger beads that I put in pairs. These heavy reticulated pieces are Indian. These electroform hollow beads are from Italy. Sorry, I try not to be so loud because of the, microphone. I don't want it to be loud. But look at how beautiful this work is. Look at that work. Right? Like, that's gorgeous. And I have a few sets of those. These frames, right? So you put a bead in the middle of that beautiful frame. Right? These are from Pacific Silverworks, Indonesia. And at the time we carried them, I think they sold for like $7.50, $8.50-ish, right? So today, was it like $40 for one? Would be its value if we're going to stick just with the, inflation of silver. This is also a gorgeous, gorgeous bead. This is etched sterling in a little rectangular shape. And I have a few pairs of those. This is also a very pretty bead. This is from India, but this is like a layered process where they layer these little pieces of sterling on top of the sterling base. Oh, one more. And this is also from Pacific Silverworks, this beautiful hammered work. Right, that's so lovely. So really just beautiful quality work. There is a few larger components, for earrings. I have a handful of vermeil pieces, right? So it's sterling with an 18 karat gold on top, some beautiful components, caps, these little caps for the top. These are the most gorgeous cones. Look at that beautiful cone. Look how gorgeous. And it's scalloped. So beautiful. And the fact that that's not tarnished at all, I mean, it's a very high quality vermeil. There's some little groupings like this. These little 3-hole spacer bars. This little 3 set of spirals that clearly was purchased for like an earring and a pendant. Very heavy Mexican work from Mexico. Very, very heavy sterling. These little crimp, cording crimps, right? You put the end of the cord in there and crimp it, and then it's also the clasp. So lovely. There's some little sets of beads in 4. These are beautiful tubes. So online there are photos, more close-up photos of them, photos with them next to a ruler, so you can see the size. And there's some little collections. These little flower collection these are Thai silver, right? So they're 99% pure silver versus other kinds of silver that's only 95. 3. This little like dove charm is from Nina Designs, also very high quality work from Indonesia. The little elephant, this little charm, this little fleur-de-lis pendant. So it's really a great selection of a little bit of lots of different kinds of sterling from all over the world, different qualities and different kinds of work. And you're going to find it at insane prices. This is an opportunity to buy this gorgeous high quality work that's not available today, brand new or newly made, and definitely not at these prices. This is why these estate sales are so special. Whether you have a collection that you're looking to sell, or part with some of it, or you're building your own collection or newly into bead making, you're just not going to find this quality today. And especially if you're selling jewelry, it's a big deal to use high quality pieces. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll leave a link to the website down below. And like that. Thank you so much. Sparkle brightly like the star that you are. Mwah. Peace.